Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope y'all are still having a great week, Thanksgiving week. You still enjoying family, or did all those people go home that was in your house, or watch it if you're in Atlanta, because we already full. But this is the time of year we end up with more people because people come to visit their relatives in Atlanta and they realize what everybody was talking about Atlanta because it's their first time coming here, and then they want to stay, and we end up with that many more million people that we don't need. You can only stay if you actually love Atlanta and you want to make it better, not more crowded and more usser. Okay, that's the rule. That's the rule. That's the rule. You cool if you come to Atlanta with good intentions and you got good energy already. You're not bringing your trash with you and your trash mentality. You will get all the Southern hospitality. But if you bring in more nonsense to this nonsense that already exists, you bringing ratchet to more ratchet. We don't need that. We don't need none of that. We don't need none of that. Please believe it. Yo, but I'm out here in this rain, y'all. It is, maybe you can see it in my windows. It's a rainy day in Georgia. Feel like it's raining all over the world. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is like that right now. And I don't know about you, but I accept rainy days. They're definitely not my favorite. And these rainy days, as I look around, I'm realizing, man, as I always say, boy, if you don't enjoy the leaves from the end of October through about mid-November, the show is over. Because just from this little bit of rain, I mean, it's been some heavy rain though. When it did come down, it's like, there's been some times where it's coming down hard. That's all it takes. Come down hard, and them leaves, and the wind blowing too, leaves gone. All the pretty leaves gone. I mean, leaves are pretty even if they're brown and copper and other colors. I can appreciate any color, but I'm saying the ones that get your attention, them reds and yellows and them lime greens with the yellow and all that, man, all that is gone. It is looking naked out here. The trees are looking naked. They're doing that winter look. We are truly moving right on into winter. Barely had a fall. Just it's that kind of weather. It really is. It's yeah. I'm looking around like, the pines. They keep their look. They will go brown at a certain point, but by the time they do, spring is here and they growth and all that. But so that'd be the only green left on the trees for the most part. But everything else, all the other ones, most of the oaks and all them, they done lost their leaves by now. So it's like I call it the skeletons in the sky. You look up at the skyline of the trees and stuff, and it's just barren looking, So mostly just whatever's left as far as the ones that hold on to their leaves a little bit longer. It's just browns and copper. I mean, that has its own beauty, but like I say, it's not the stuff that gets your attention. Like, whoa, look at that tree that looks like it's on fire, because like it's literally orange and yellow and red and all that. Just like, I love that. I love when they look like that. The maples and the dogwoods be red, and then you get oh man, just all those trees that give all those colors. I love all that. Love it. But it's almost over. The party is almost over. I'm telling y'all. So, if you never seen that or witnessed it, you had to come to the South, come to even other states like Virginia and any states that border Georgia and the rest of the South. They all get that look this time of year, or had it. They may still have theirs up north, maybe. I don't know. I've been through Virginia, but I've never been to see that, So I'm curious if the trees they have that are the ones that change, if they're still showing out with the colors. I'd be interested to know. But anyway, we out here, we at work again, like I say. I'm always at work, always pushing this in. I'm always creating some content, whether I'm live, whether I'm posting up another short, like I have some new shorts out. whole bunch of toy videos, couple of I'm sorry, it just threw me off. It was a roadkill, a deer got hit real bad back there. I'm like, damn, like, what the hell? That must have been a truck hit it. Cause it ran into some, like, there's like these rails on the side, and it looked like the rail halfway split it, and it, yeah, pretty gruesome right there. Usually it'd just be a hit and a smash and that's it, but no, this looked like some Jason and Freddy came along, you know, it had a different look to it. Anyway, but yeah, I was saying I got some new videos as far as like some toy videos. I do this all year long, but I'm going extra for now because, you know, it's gift season. Some of y'all don't even be knowing what's out. And I've had friends of mine straight up tell me, like, man, thanks to your channel, I went and got this toy or that toy, or, you know, if the friends of mine that are collectors like me, they like, I went and got that because I didn't even know that was out until I saw your video. Or if they got kids, they like, man, I got my son that, or my daughter, my niece, nephew, whatever. That's why I do what I do, man. That's why I do what I do. I'm here to share. I'm here to share some good information. Hopefully y'all realize the value of that. And most importantly, subscribe and watch more than just the shorts, as I always say. Because there's a ton of other information in the rest of what is ONYXCON. And entertainment. You know, I was live just now on my fan base telling them, I'm like, look, if you haven't seen it yet, check out Cyberpunk ATL. That's our original in the sense of it being a fan fiction piece. I mean, it's based on other established property. And I always give credit where credit is forever due. Mike Pondsmith, the creator of Cyberpunk, the tabletop game that became what was licensed to make the video game from CD Projekt Red, Cyberpunk 2077, and I love it. So that's what inspired me to do this fan piece, and it's continuing. It is up to like episode 4, and I got more in store. I literally got like 2 episodes ready to go. I just have to, like, there's a whole process. Like, the way I do mine is like, after I know what I want the characters to do, and just give y'all a little briefing of my concept and how I do it. You know, I know how it needs to fit into the world. I know how everybody needs to act and be and whatnot. And I know what the conflicts are, but I have a timeline I'm sticking to on the order of events, because somebody's story might be more relevant to tell first than somebody else's because they're intertwined. And I want to make sure you see how people connect, because that's a big part of the cyberpunk world. That's a big part of life, but this genre does a great job of expressing that and sharing that continuously. So I'm keeping that tradition, and I love that. So, oh man, what is going on today? It's like that. We're gonna be waiting in line out this line. What going on over here? I ain't never pulled up and it was a line like this. What is going on today? Oh snap! Sunday is that day. Okay, I see. So there's regular. There's during the week where. Okay, so this is the thing that people do as a side gig versus folks like myself that got to do it as a main gig. Man, I'm glad I got here when I did. Shit, I hope I better get in. I am not trying to hear that. You get here and they try and count you out and you waiting in a line outside the building. Like, no, we're not playing them games. Like, I went through too damn much preparation and everything else just to even be here. And I am early. Shit, I'm 20 minutes early. I try to be 30, but anyway, talking to myself in front of y'all. Oh, man. Let me see something. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be all right. So anyway, I was saying, yeah, so Cyberpunk ATL, this joint, like when I'm doing my process, like I've learned, because I'm doing voiceover on top of my AI generated images, which is the biggest part of it. It takes so much time to do that. It's as fast as AI can be, depending on what program you're using when it comes to generating images. And it all deals with, how complex your images are, whether you're starting with a reference image, which I generally do 90% of the time. I have my own images. Sometimes I use something else I find, and you'd be like, I want it to look enough like this to be recognizably that type of look, but do this and change it up. And it's sampling. I always tell people, this is sampling. This is hip hop sampling. That's what it is. It's visual sampling. That's exactly what it is. It's collage, it's sampling, it's all those things. And if you can look at it like that and appreciate it like that, this is why I constantly say, one of the many reasons I always say, it's definitely art. For everybody debating that, there's no debate there. It's just whether or not you can appreciate it. If you can't, I get it. It's like, it's just not for you. But if it is, like I sent it to a friend of mine, and it's kind of sad the response I got, because this is a very close buddy that is in the film biz, and I know why he went there with it, because he's feeling like this is threatening my career, man. This is my bread and butter. And I understand, but I also had to it's so weird with me, my relationship with AI. I talk about it every day because it's a reckoning. It's a real rebirth of a self in a new way, to accept it and embrace it, but at the same time analyze it and regulate it. It's all about ethical, as I say. As people say, ethical AI. I love that phrase, because it's like, that's how I approach it. It's like, the friend I'm thinking of, this person has had more likenesses of himself drawn by artists that admire his physique and his specific unique look than any other actor I can think of. And I'm not gonna name him, so we're not going there, because then it's going, nah, I'm not doing that. This is the homie. We're not getting into specifics. If I wanted to, I would, but it's not about that. It's more about the situation. And he's just an example. There's other people who feel the same way he felt. But I'm saying he's been drawn by people who, they like the way this guy has a certain look for certain characters. So when they need a certain type of look of a character, I've seen him on the cover. I'm like, that's the homie son. And I'll send it to him, and we'll both just fall out loud. He's like, damn, I haven't seen that one. I'll be like, bruh, that's you, man. And he just be laughing like, yeah, I think they did that. Looks a little familiar. I said, bro, shit, that's you all day. I said, hey, you didn't even know about this one. I didn't know about that one. I said, did you know about that? Yeah, I knew about that one. It'll be like, because he's a comic book head too. So, we'll be talking about comic books and stuff, and that's how Samuel Jackson got the role of Nick Fury, if you didn't know. It's a very good story if you ever heard Sam tell it. He said he was in LA. I mean, he lives in LA like most folk in the biz like that. And if you know about the old Golden Apple Comics on Melrose, which is still there, but they moved to a new location. But the old one, he said he went in, and Samuel's a comic book head. He's looking at books, and he sees himself like, the fuck? Who that motherfucker? Can you imagine Samuel Jackson see himself if you could just be a fly on the wall when he saw himself on the front of a Marvel book? They straight up took my likeness and didn't ask me for shit. So he had his people get in touch with him about it, not in an angry way, in a flattered way, but just want to know where's this going? Because if you're gonna use my image and this turns into a movie, I want to be that character. Now that's when he gets business, and I would use my weight the same way. Oh, that's really flattering. Okay, when do I start? What you mean? Where's my trailer, mama? Stop playing, man. Movies and roles, no matter how famous you are always a challenge to get and secure. It don't matter how famous you are in the biz. So he knew that, and he understood what time it was. And he said when he got in touch with him, the funny thing is they were more flattered that he was not angry, because they were going to ask him to play this role anyway, and it was their way of trying to get the audience used to, can you imagine if Nick Fury were a black guy with an eye patch and all this? So that was their way of sort of knowing it's going to get to him. Let's just hope he doesn't get mad when he sees it. He was flattered. He liked it. The rest is history. We get the Nick Fury we know, okay? Samuel Jackson in the Avengers film. So that kind of stuff happens. But then there's, you know, the other side of it where people use somebody's likeness, never give credit, never admit it. If the person finds out and it's like, that's me, right? You know, and don't want to say nothing, like all that old goofy stuff, like just be honest, be like, yeah, that's you. Hell yeah, that's you. It's an homage to you. Like, hell, in Cyberpunk ATL, and I've been skeptic about saying who it is for some of these characters because I don't want the backlash of people who may not feel, you know, you never know how somebody feels about themselves. You think, oh man, you good, you're famous, you good. I'm sure you're probably paying all your bills, you're probably straight. So don't come beating up on me. I ain't. You see, I'm waiting in line to do delivery. I'm not the rich, you know. I'm not Marvel. You know, I'm just doing this out of a total homage. It's some fan shit to do. The whole thing is called fan fiction for a reason, right? So, and sticking to the genres, but still, you know, you are creating new ideas and everything. And I try to make sure it's something that I would think that person, I would never cast nobody in something that if I put myself in people's shoes. I'm like, would I be offended? No. You know, and if I'm not, then okay, then I'm rolling with that. But if I'm thinking, man, somebody cast me in some mess, I'm like, I would never take that role in real life. Like, nah, we got problems. You know, then it's gonna be some things. But other than that, I try to keep it a certain way. So anyway, there's like for a lot of the ladies in my concept, there's so many, good gracious, there's so many that I admire and find to be so fascinating and just absolutely gorgeous and everything. And I wanted to use their likeness for the idea of certain characters. Now, in some cases, when I ran it through AI, it didn't give me something that looked at all like them. It looked enough like them that I know that's what it was reaching for when it wanted to impress me and say, okay, you want somebody to look kind of like this? Okay, here's this. And then in other cases, it doesn't change a lot. So it still looked like the person more or less. And in some cases, I may have asked it to do that to see if it would, because most time it don't. It's gonna do what it want to do sometimes. But it kept the likeness for some folks. And then by the time I make them, you know, cyberpunk them out, give them all this different color hair and face piercings and tattoos and cyber augmentations, facial implants. The facial implants alone and hairdos and stuff make anybody look so much different that even though you'll look and say, oh, that's so-and-so playing a character. And that's what I want you to think, not just, oh, that's so-and-so. No, I want you to be like, so-and-so is playing that character. That's cool. Great. So like this model who's like really big time on Instagram, she's very famous at this point. And I've done a video here, a reaction video to her just to make fun of how I know every man who loves women reacts when they see her because she is absolutely stunning. Bianca Data, who, hold on man, are you still in line or are you, there better be somebody in front of you because you looking like you just stalling. Pam, what you doing up here, man? This is the problem with big ass car. It's a big ass, one of them F-150 super, that's a 250. Thing's so damn big, I can't even see if there's a smaller car in front of it. Oh, I hate that. What time? Okay. Because in a minute, if I gotta park and walk over there and check in, I will. I am not playing with y'all today. Hold on, y'all. I'm really annoyed because I am not about to. I can't see around this big motherfucker. Shit. Can't even finish telling my story. I got this bullshit. Hold on. Cause goddamn, the fuck? Better get your ass on. Shit. Don't let the truck go to your head. Oh boy. Motherfuckers that ride them big ass trucks to kill me. It's like they get this whole other energy. I'm in a big truck, man. Nobody give a fuck about your truck. You make all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 cars behind me. Let me stop. Let me just chill out. Oh my gosh, have mercy. Mm, mm, mm. Oh my goodness. I was saying, this is when I need Bianca Data videos because she is a true therapist in her own way. And if you know who I'm talking about, you laughing and you understand. So she's actually Romanian. She's Romanian, and she is just voluptuous and quite gorgeous. Um, a nightmare for anybody who is on some Dr. Umar type shit in black, because see, I ain't got them limitations. See, I'm an equal opportunity employer of gorgeous ladies. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm very multicultural about that. Beautiful women are beautiful women. Period. And I do mean period. And she is absolutely beautiful. Uh, but she has these videos that have become so famous because even though she's so well endowed in her chest area, she will literally like always do this. She don't always do this, but it's her most famous type of video where basically the camera's just sitting on the floor probably, and she probably did this just for fun one day, and it became literally why she went viral. And she'll just like jump in front of the camera and be talking, but is it from the position of if you're up under her, looking up at her? So it's just like every man's fantasy. Lord, this is who I'm waking up to, being all chipper and loving, and she just tells, and she speaks to men and says, you're good, you're great, you're gonna do good today. Take a breath, be calm, be this. She's just, it's like it's everything psychologically required for any man's fantasy to say, oh yeah, that's what I need. I need a lady who's supportive like that, beautiful like that, and catering to you in a way that is very, very just naturally comely, right? So that has given her, I forget how many millions of followers she's got. She's in the millions. And she lives here. And I mean, Paul, like most of these whether they video vixens, IG models, whatever level of model, whatever. But if they're on IG and they're pushing, hey, I'm sexy, look at me, and that's how I made it. It starts with sexy and it goes from there. You know, they understand the market, they know what they're doing, and they'll oftentimes be in straight up relationships. They got husbands, boyfriends. Who the hell you think holding the camera most of the time? So that's the downside of the fantasy that makes it so funny to me when people get so caught up in it. I see it for what it is. I know it's entertainment at the end of the day, and I celebrate the beauty of the woman. This period is that's where it ends. But so for just from the fan perspective, again, it's a fan fiction piece. I made her a character in my joint, and I'd love to tell. She's so big. If I sent it to her, and I can't remember if I did or not. I probably did. I know I've sent it to another one that I absolutely adore from Venezuela. Oh my gosh, Virginia Sun House. Virginia Sun House. That is an absolutely gorgeous mujer. That woman is. Whew. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That woman is on another level. Seriously, perfecto. If you don't know who I'm talking about, just look her up. You'll understand. Even if you're a lady saying, "Who are you talking about now?" Yes, she is pretty. You ain't gonna be able to say nothing there. There ain't gonna be a damn other thing you gonna be able to say. She is gorgeous and real big energy. Loves to dance like every Venezuelan I've ever met. I've only known a few. I got a couple of buddies. I always think about my homegirl when I met her. She's an actress, married with a bunch of kids, fine and cute herself. The day I met this lady, all I could think of, I was just waiting on her to say something about what's your situation. She spilled it out, said something. Yeah, my husband. I said, okay, good. I'm glad we got that out the way because if you had about two more sentences looking so cute and being so fun and friendly and everything, I'm finna be like, what you doing this weekend? When we get off set, we need to keep highlighting because she was very nice and and playful and it just had good energy about her. Oh, they just like that, man. They just like that. I think that's just a thing with a lot of folks from certain places. They just have that wonderful. And I mean, as long as you coming correct, you get the best of them. Now, if you ain't about shit, then you ain't gonna never see the sides of what I'm talking about. If you just, trashy ass, ratchet ass, don't know how to speak to a lady, don't know how to treat a lady type of dude, then you'll never understand what the hell I'm talking about. But if you know how to come correct, trust me, there's some other sides to life. Lord knows there are. Universe bless, universe bless. But yeah, so I did an homage to a couple of ladies, and then some of these other ladies in the thing, I just made them up from scratch. But for the most part, I usually would start with a reference. And there's one other one I can't even think of her name. I'm trying to think of her name as I'm talking. She's Ghanaian. Ooh, chocolate drop, gorgeous, gorgeous, and insanely fine. Like did you have work done? And then you like to yourself, you saying, do I care? Honestly, because it just is. Sheesh. This young lady is special, special. I put. Oh man, let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Y'all see that behind me? Y'all feel this beside me? Look here, look here. This is what I call a cockpit. This is one of them, man, look at this line today. Oh my God, it's been a line ever since I got here. What time is it? 11:30. Yeah, it's okay. So today was one of them days. Checked in at 10:30, 10:35. The line is wrapping round. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. It's like that. Look at that. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. This will be a follow-up with this little part of my live right now. Will be a follow-up to my presentation about VHO, the driver app for all my couriers out there looking for some side gigs or main gigs or whatever you want to look at it as in your life. Damn. It gets crunk at VHO. I didn't know because this is my third time doing it. My first 2 days, first day, it was so low key. I was thinking, oh man, I don't know if I even know about this app, man. This about to really be the lick, man. I'm about to come up and always have work. I ain't gonna have to worry about securing an order because, the area where I'm at, anything close to that or any other areas I know, because you can drive anywhere in the city. There's other areas. There's pretty much the entire metro. But I have noticed it seems like I can't even secure an order unless it's closer to where I'm at. Like it's got to be within. I figured, at least this is my theory. I haven't officially been able to pinpoint this, but I think they don't want you to have to go no further than 45 minutes, if that, because it's taking me 40 minutes now to get to where I got to start my orders. But the irony of that is, it's still an area that's very, very common to me and is close to my range of, where I reside. So it works out. It's like, I ain't complaining at all. I'm very, very, very happy with the way all my routes have been close to home. Or close enough that when I finish, I'm never like, oh, damn, now I got to spend an hour to get home. It's never like that. It's not been too bad. So, oh my goodness. But today was that day I realized how many people know about this or starting to know about this, which is good. I mean, that's why I do videos like I do. I mean, a video like mine will help boost that number. I mean, people in Atlanta looking for some extra work, they're going to see that video and be like, oh man, I want to do that. I'm going to add that to my list of stuff I do. Because it's always another one. It's always one you didn't know about. Like on my first day when I was there, or was it second day? I can't remember. This dude from New York, we got to talking because we was waiting, both of us waiting on something. Something was wrong with our orders. We had to get rid of one box and all that kind of mess. Didn't have it in the list. And it's like stuff that happens with all these apps. They're not fault proof. Stuff is going to happen. So I was like, I was telling them about the other apps I do. And he started telling me about the other apps he does that I had never heard of. And he had mentioned Fetch. And it sounded familiar. When I looked it up later, I was like, oh, yeah. I did know about it, but I didn't think it was really one of those that was on because I think it's one of those you end up on the list. But to be honest, I was on a waiting list for this too, so I forgot I was on the waiting list for this, and then it came up. So it's that kind of stuff. It's like a lot of people are trying to get it and do stuff on the side, whatever. And I'm coming to realize a lot of people work. They'll work whatever job during the week if they've got a steady job, and then something like this, they're doing it on the weekends. Because this today, man, it's Sunday. I'm like, what? They got home from early service at church or something? Because they had like the 6 o'clock service and 11 o'clock or something. I mean, I know how these church folk are. I ain't religious like that, but for those who are, I know how they are in Atlanta. So that between church and football, usually I ain't got no competition for a lot of things. If I want to go fishing on a day, on Sunday, I ain't got to worry about too many people out there at the spots I go to, because, I mean, it never is a lot of people, but I'm saying I don't have to worry about nobody. I don't want to see nobody. When I go fishing, I just want to be me and the rest of nature. That's it. And most of the places I go, it's like that. But I have seen where, if there's no game on or no whatever, oh yeah, they're going to be a family. You're going to have to deal with some people. You're going to have to deal with the usual questions, the goofy questions. I'm on the river and somebody come up and say, "But there's really fish out here?" No, of course not. Like, yeah, there's fish in the river, goofy. Like, it's like somebody come up and ask, "So this is a nice beach. You think there's any fish out there in the ocean?" Like, you just can't believe the questions that people ask anglers. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. And my favorite is like somebody come up with their dog and they throw a stick out there because the dog like to swim, and the dog will go out to get the stick maybe 1 or 2 times. This dude, I've seen this happen 3-4 times. The dog get back to shore and they keep throwing the stick like, go get it, boy. Dog just like, nah, I ain't getting back out there in that shit. And they looking at him like, what's wrong with you? And he's like, you don't understand. There's a current, first of all, that was trying to carry me downstream. Number 2, I felt some things nibbling at my feet when I was like, and then there's all kind of other stuff. There's some people, not everybody, but some people just be so ignorant to the way most things work. They're just completely oblivious to life itself. Like, it's a river. Not only is it a river, it's a river in a very close to a very populated area. It has the potential to have a lot of, I don't know why it's taking me this way, but I'm gonna do it. I have no idea why it's doing this. I thought we were going back to the expressway, but it wants to take me around, so it must be some traffic it's trying to avoid. I'm not gonna argue with GPS on a rainy day. It must be trying to keep me out of some traffic. I'm with it. Let's do it. I'm gonna listen to GPS when GPS says no, do not go hither. Just don't do it. There's a reason. I've learned this. It's trying to help you. Let it help you. But as I was saying, so like, yeah, you go to the river, man. There's a lot going on in the river. And when it's murky like the Chattahoochee be and the places I be at, you can't see how much stuff is out there. There's so many different, you got the gar, you got the catfish, you got a whole bunch of different fish, of course. Then you got the aquatic other stuff like, and there's the turtles are galore, a bunch of turtles. And yes, there are snapper turtles. Both kinds. There could be the common serpentine or the alligator snapper turtle. Both of them could be out there. And I'm saying, like, people just send the dog, like I say, always, every time I've seen it, the dog that like to swim like that, they'll get out there one good time, maybe twice, they come back in, that person's still throwing a stick like, go get it. Dog look at that person like, what we need to do is get the hell up out of here. There's a lot going on around here that your goofy ass don't know. And I got a quick reminder that I'm in the woods and I'm a house dog and this is not for me. They wake up real quick when they get out there, boy. They wake up real quick. It's hilarious. So anyway, turn this down. Damn, why is it so hot? Shit. Excuse me. One thing about it, you got boxes in your car. You don't think about the temperature. I don't know. You don't know what's in these packages. I know some of it is people order food. They have those boxed meals and stuff, pre-prep. Man, that stuff adds so much heat to your vehicle. It feels like I got 5 people in here right now. It's hilarious. It's like, why does it feel kind of warmish? Them boxes, man, and cardboard itself insulates. It's like, yo, it's very naturally warm, you know. So yeah, that's what's going on out here. But yo, I ain't even gonna pretend I got much else to say other than, yo, make sure y'all check out that Cyberpunk ATL. Like I keep telling y'all, please support that. Support all the content. Check out that new Art Fennell video on Country Style on his channel and here. You see my perspective on the trip that we went on, and you see his perspective. Watch both, man. You're gonna really enjoy that day of fishing if you love fishing content, video game content. I'm about to get back on some stuff. I have not streamed in forever. I've not played in a while, and I'm starting to. I really want a new game. Is what it is. I could play Cyberpunk forever, but I done everything that there is to do. And anytime I find any little small side quest or something that's left, I'm amazed that I even found anything I haven't done, because I feel like I've done it all. But hold on, let me make sure they not where you can't go. You can go. Okay, cool. All right. Side quests and stuff, you know, it's always the same. It's like I've done so much of it, there's not much else to do. And then with the weaponry and everything, like, yeah, I could keep elevating my character, but I got my character in such a good spot where my V is so powerful. It takes a while to take my guy down, you know what I'm saying? So I literally fought MaxTac, which is like the SWAT team in the game. If you know what I'm talking about, you know how serious they are and how they take you out instantly. But if you get some good cover, I'm talking about cover that they want is programmed, that they don't go to come get you, because most of the time they don't care where you at. They will get on foot. They'll fly in for one thing, and then they get on foot and they'll track you down. But nah, there's some places you can find where they won't come after you. They're programmed not to go up in there. So if you get in a nice little cozy spot, now they can still shoot at you and hit you, but you just gotta keep ducking and dodging, pow, duck and dodge, pow. It's old Western mess, like hide in the rocks and shoot, hide in the rocks and shoot type stuff. If you do it long enough, you'll get them. It took me forever, but I actually beat MaxTac. I couldn't believe I did, but I did. So, man, I'm passing by sacred ground right now. Ooh-wee. Yes, indeed. Out here in South Fulton. One of the places we did ONYXCON that unfortunately they changed stuff up a lot and got rid of that space. They should have renovated it, but they didn't. It was an art center. I did a whole video about it. You can check it out. It's, you know, if it's of interest and it deals with this art life, creative vision, etc., it's somewhere in our content. I put it out there. What do we got here? Wait a minute. Do I need to turn around or no? It'd probably take longer to turn around. Let me just go to the next one and do that. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna get off here and focus. But I wish y'all a great Sunday, a wonderful week. We going towards 2026. As I keep saying, subscribe, share with a friend. We're going to get monetized this year. This is that year. We have to get monetized. I want it to happen before. I really need it to happen in December. That's what I'm gonna play. I was saying November. November technically ain't over, so it could still happen. Every day I post like it could happen. This one post, this next post, this next short, whatever it is, could be the one to go viral, whatever. Hey, we all think that. That's what all of us think about it if we do social media and we in it to win it, you know. So help a dream come true, you know. Just share. If you love it, if you're here and you're dedicated, you check out the content really. Share it with friends and family. Share it with somebody that, you know, and think for yourself for a minute, like, because I think people just, you know, could be a little absent-minded, a little side notice about stuff when it comes to something like YouTube. It's trivial. It's not that big a deal. It's just something else to do and watch. But I need y'all to be more proactive and treat this like public broadcasting network, because that's what it is. It is a public broadcasting network that recommends